kind of messages do you hope people take away when they encounter Folake and Company?
You're allowed to take up space, that you can be soft and bold or quiet and powerful, and that your culture is worthy of celebration and your faith doesn't make you less creative, it just makes you unstoppable.
Welcome to the Life, Language, and Lyrics podcast, where we explore our passions, live with purpose, and face our fears. I'm Laina, or some of you may know me as Dr. Davis. I'm a professor, speech language pathologist, baker, and a lover of people with the mission to bring a little Southern comfort to your day. Thank you for joining me for another episode. Today, I have a special guest. Her name is Alexandria Brown. Alexandria is the owner of Folake and Company, a service member of the Air National Guard, and dedicated to her Nigerian roots. Thank you for joining me, Alexandria.
Thank you for having me.
All right, thank y'all for tuning in. Let's get started. Okay, Alexandria, I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm so excited.
Yes, so I already kind of mentioned to the people, like, just very briefly what you do, but tell us a little bit about you. Tell us, like, where you from, your hobbies, your interests. Let us know who you
Yes.
are.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Alexandria, or better known as Folake. I also go by Alex as well. I was born and raised in the DMV. I'm a proud Nigerian. I'm a Yoruba girl through and through. I'm a creative at heart and entrepreneur by assignment, and a lover of like all things beautiful and bold. So when I'm not running my carts or experimenting with like new flavors, I'm probably like mood boarding in my head or randomly like singing gospel lyrics whenever. I also have like a very soft spot for old school music, vintage aesthetics, and just overall like good vibes. So yeah.
Okay, that sounds lovely, and I can see all of those things
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
from knowing you.
Yeah.
And you talk about being Nigerian. Tell me what that means to you and how your heritage has influenced your journey.
Yes, being Nigerian to me feels like a superpower. It's culture, pride, faith, resilience, and just excellence overall. Is mostly why I go so hard. Everything I do, whether it's naming my brand Falake or infusing Zobo, Zobo is hibiscus into like different type of matchas. It always go back to my roots. So there's like a richness in our people that the world needs to feel, and I try to channel that in everything that I create.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, strong culture. I went to undergrad in Houston, and the
Ooh,
Nigerian population in
yes, very.
Houston. One of my live sisters is Nigerian, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
"Girl, is everybody your cousin?" Because she's like,
Everybody, you're related to somebody somewhere far in life.
"Oh goodness."
Yeah.
My parents, they both did 23andMe a while back, and they both have somewhere between like 61 to 63% Nigerian roots.
They're Nigerian, 100%. Like, yeah, that means you're Nigerian too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My line sister Queen was like, "You need to come with me."
Yes.
Oh goodness. So, talking about your business stuff, you are a woman of many hats, right? Entrepreneur, veteran, creative. How do you balance all these things that you do?
Ask God for help. I don't always like get it right, of course, but I've learned to move in seasons.
Mhm.
Some days I'm the CEO, some days I'm a barista, other days I'm just a girl with like a long to-do list and no energy, but it's all just me, you know. I've learned to stop chasing balance and focus more on just being aligned with my business and things that I have going on in my personal life.
Yeah, we use the word balance, but it's not really. It's a balancing act, I believe.
Yes, most definitely. Which one takes priority?
Yes. So, and then, So we also said that you were in the Air National Guard, but you are an actual veteran, right? What inspired you to join the military?
Honestly, I was young. I was 17 when I joined, so I was
Mm.
fresh out of high school. I went to college for a semester and I realized that college was not me, or it was me later
Mm-hmm.
on down the years, but when I was 17, I was just not ready. So I joined the military mostly for structure, I want to say, and I wanted to prove to myself that I could do like hard things in life, and I
Mm.
did. You know, the military really shaped me into who I am today, and it really shaped my business aspect, especially being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So I'm very like decisive and intentional, and I understand the power of systems and having discipline, even if like I remix it and make it like really girly with like glitter and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty cool because it if you were 17, you were probably just like all over, right? Like a lot
All
of us
over.
at
Did not know what I
17.
wanted to do.
Yeah. And do you feel like that background has helped you be able to be disciplined in like your businesses and all of those things?
Most definitely. It definitely has. It taught me to have patience. There's like an ongoing joke in military where it's like hurry up and wait.
Mm.
I definitely understand that, especially dealing like with having multiple businesses and stuff. It is like a hurry up and wait type of game. So yeah, most definitely.
Okay. And then which branch were you
I'm
in?
in the Air Force.
Air Force. Okay. The Air National Guard. I have quite a few family members that are in the Air Force.
Yeah, the best.
Hmm.
I'm just kidding. Let me stop.
Well, that's what my uncle says. He says we don't get dirty.
Yeah, we don't. I stay in nice AC condition in my nice little rolly chair. I'm just kidding.
I know that's
I'm just
right.
kidding.
Okay, so Folake and Company. Now, before we even talk about that, you've gone through some name changes too,
I have.
right? How? So I knew you from Herb Harmony,
Yes, yes,
right? Was
yep.
that your first name, or
That
have
was
you
my
been through a
very
few?
first name. That's
Okay.
actually my LLC name still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this business is a mobile coffee. How do you term it? A mobile coffee cart?
It's, I term it as like a mobile coffee and dessert activation cart service.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. What sparked this idea for you?
What sparked it? I would definitely have to say TikTok, honestly.
Ah, okay. The power of TikTok.
The power of TikTok is definitely something real. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. There's not a lot of people in my family that are entrepreneurs. They're more so like in the medical fields. Like my sister's a pharmacist, my brother's a nurse, my other brother is a graphic designer. So my mom was a kinesiotherapist and teacher.
Wow.
It's just more so like that. So I felt like I kind of wanted to branch out from that and become.
Okay. And so at the time that this episode will be out, you'll have some other interesting things going on. Tell us about those ventures.
So, where do I start? Okay, so my other cart is Cup City. It's a Philly style water ice brand. It's very bold, urban, and nostalgic. I basically created that brand based off the men in my family because the men in my family is very strong, very vocal, very loud. So I kind of wanted to do something where I honored them as well. And then I also have a churro cart called Churro Bay, which is still cooking behind the scenes, but everything I touch ties back into joy, color, and giving people an experience. So I try not to only sell products, but create moments.
That I love that. And we talked about the name of Falake and Company, but
Hmm.
tell the people a little more about like what you actually have with that business.
So Folake and Company, so it originally started off as just a small coffee cart originally. I didn't know anything about matcha. And then I started seeing it trend around on TikTok and stuff. So I was like, oh, let me try it. And then after that, I like fell in love with matcha because I like before I originally had like a tea company, so I love tea, so that was like definitely up my alley. And then so now I serve coffee and matcha, and I'm actually building the DMV's first mobile coffee and matcha tap bar cart. So you'll be able to like use like a tap bar to get your coffee and your matcha. So yeah, I'm super excited about that.
So innovative. I love
Yeah,
it.
thank
And
you.
for those of you in the DMV, if you find her cart, the teas, the coffees, so good. And
Yeah.
I remember, I think the last one I had was like a cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah, cinnamon toast
Yeah,
crunch.
that
Yeah, and
one.
then
And I loved the hibiscus tea. Oh,
yeah, that's still a popular one. Yeah.
yeah.
That's my personal favorite for sure.
The name of Folake, very beautiful. This is also your name.
It is.
Does it have a special meaning behind it, or you know?
Yeah, it does. So falake means taken care of with wealth, and
Mm,
that's like exactly how I want people to feel. I want people to feel cared for, luxurious, and basically feel seen. Before that, of course, like I played with a few names, but nothing really stuck until I remembered that my name is the brand. So once I
mm,
embraced that, it was like go time from there.
love that. It is very pretty, and I
Thank
love
you.
the meaning because you do. Your setup is beautiful, so you feel like you're in a at a French cafe when you're.
Yeah, yeah. Very luxurious for sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
Um, and then for matcha, 'cause I didn't really start hearing about matcha a lot until like maybe the past couple of years or so. Does it have any, is it just something you learned about and you decided, oh, I like this? Or does it have any kind of um, special tie to it at all?
Definitely say it was something I definitely learned about over the last couple of years because it was not something that was on my radar, honestly. I was just used to drinking, green tea out of the bags and stuff.
Yeah.
But I would say now that it represents something more creative, like a creative medium for like coffee and matcha. It's basically like how I slow down, how I show up, and how I connect with others. So I've had like plenty of conversations over a cup of matcha that turn into business opportunities or prayer sessions even. So it's more than just a drink, it's like a vessel to me. So yeah.
That's good. I don't know if I've actually ever tried matcha.
Oh, I can give you some. Don't worry.
Is it always green?
It is always green. There's
Okay.
also another one where it's roasted green tea called hojicha.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's brown.
Okay. Okay. And then, I've told you that I think your marketing and branding is very
Yeah,
beautiful, which
yeah.
aligns with what you aim for anyway. How do you feel like you use storytelling through your visuals and even when you're like connecting in person with your customers?
Um, I would definitely say that every single touch point tells a story. So from the fonts to the toppings, like I want people to feel like they just walked into a dream, but also feel like they belong there. So I like to tell stories with color, with language. I sometimes like make posts in Yoruba language or Pidgin, and that way like I like decorate my cart. So like everything is very intentional. So yeah.
Love that intentionality. And it's the thing I would say is that it's very noticeable. So, yeah, I love that. Um, in terms of passion, this podcast focuses on people doing things in their passion, living in your purpose, and facing your
Yeah.
fears. Um, what is the passion for you? Because you do a lot of different things, and you seem to have been able to also kind of tie them in together in a sense.
Yeah.
What is the passion that drives you?
I definitely say freedom and beauty. I'm passionate about people experiencing joy, culture, and creativity in ways that feel like them more so than anything. And I don't want to fit into a box. I want to build a new table. Like I want to make my own table.
Yes, I know that's right.
Yes.
I think building your own table is the move right now.
It definitely is. Like it for
Yeah.
sure is. So
There's a are you familiar with Anthony O'Neill?
yes, actually, yeah.
Yeah, he just had a book come out earlier in the year called A Seat at the Table.
Hmm.
But it's not a seat at somebody else's table. It's about your table
Yeah,
and who do you put in the different seats at your table.
most definitely. That's very, very true and very important.
Okay, and then purpose. What does purpose look like for you right now?
Right now, purpose looks like obedience. Doing what God told me to do, even when I don't fully see the vision, just know that somehow it's going to work out in any way possible. So it's just about being able to listen before speaking and just trust the process.
I love that. I love that. Do you feel like purpose for you has changed over time?
It definitely has. My purpose before was more so like, oh, how can I beat the competition or what can I do to set myself apart? But through everything that I learned so far, I really don't have to compete with anyone. I'm like kind of in my own lane. I do my own thing, and that's through the grace of God for me to actually sit down and listen and not try to scramble and do everything on my own. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful realization to have because I think especially when you are doing things that you kind of put out there to the people, sometimes it can be easy to make comparisons or see what other people are doing and then feel like, oh, maybe I'm not doing enough.
Yeah.
There's a quote, I don't know who originally said the quote, but a lady from my parents' hometown, a family member, I'm saying a lady, she had posted this one day and it was, and let me make sure I'm saying it right. If you if you are captivated by your purpose, you won't be distracted by comparison.
That's definitely true. Like you have no time to even compare. Like right now, I don't have any time to compare.
Hmm.
So that's very true. I like that. That's very true.
And then what about fear? Has fear played a role in your journey and how have you moved through those experiences?
Fear definitely pops up often than not. But now I treat it like a signal. If I'm scared, that probably means I'm doing something right or something big is going to happen. So I tend to pray, I pause, take a moment to myself, and then I just keep on moving.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Have there been moments where you've questioned your path?
Absolutely. Most definitely. I've had days where I'm like, God, are you sure this is for me? Are you
Mhm.
sure I should be doing coffee and matcha? Are you sure I should be doing this? But he always reminds me that the reason why I started was in honor of my dad. So he reminds me in ways through people, sometimes through provision, but he never lets that thought linger for too long. So, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Not too long.
Yeah, not too long.
Yeah.
Because after a while, I'm going to start questioning. Yeah.
Okay, and I think you've kind of mentioned this already in what your aim is for your business, but what kind of messages do you hope people take away when they encounter Falake and Company?
You're allowed to take up space, that you can be soft and bold or quiet and powerful, and that your culture is worthy of celebration and your faith doesn't make you less creative, it just makes you unstoppable.
That's beautiful too. You got all the beautiful words to go with your beautiful aesthetics.
Yeah. It ties all together.
We are at my one of my favorite parts where we get to talk a little bit about music. I feel like music is we use music as like a soundtrack for our lives, right? We have
Hmm.
music we play when we're getting ready for the
Yeah.
day or for an event. We have music we play when we are in a bad mood, in a good mood, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I called it Life, Language, and Lyrics. So I get to learn a little bit about you through your music taste. Okay, so if your life had a soundtrack, what would be playing during this chapter?
During this chapter, at least say Wait on You by Maverick City. Um, I really like that song because it's all about trust and surrendering and just not knowing who you are, but you know who God is. So,
Yeah.
and what He's capable of. So, yeah, I would definitely say that's my song choice right now in this chapter.
Hey, this is a big chapter.
Yeah, yeah, it's a big chapter.
Okay. So if Folake and Company had a theme song, what would it be and why?
Say Coffee by Miguel, obviously because I sell coffee, but it's
Okay.
really smooth. It's smooth. It's soulful. It's like cultural. So I think it's really nice.
I could hear that one playing in the background.
Yeah, I probably play it tomorrow at my event. Just kidding.
Okay, so now I'm gonna ask you about some songs for like some different like moods that you may experience. So when you are making your coffees, your teas, or even your desserts, which we didn't talk about those, we'll mention what those are too. Basically doing what you love. What would be a song or even a lyric that captures how you feel when you're making these products?
Let's say Golden by Jill Scott.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. It's just like a really good, like, living my life like it's golden. I like that song. I
Yeah.
feel like I can do anything with that song playing.
You can pour it
Yeah,
there.
you can make some matcha, cook some coffee, churros. I
Yes.
go great to that song, so yeah.
Yeah, I love that song and I love Jill Scott.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Let's see
same.
here. So, what about when you need motivation? If you're having one of those days and there's a lot going on, what's going to be the song that helps you push through?
This song was actually like really popular when I was in high school, but it's Won't He Do It by Corinne Hawthorne, I want to say.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I really like that song, but that song like really like pumps me up, and it brings me back to like good times too. So like it's like okay, yeah, I can really, I got this. So yeah.
Yeah. You got some good choices here. I love Korean as well. She has such a deep, velvety voice.
I love her voice. So nice.
Is there a song that reminds you of a defining moment in your journey as an entrepreneur?
Um, I would say Blessed by WizKid because there was a moment I was packing up after an event and I just knew like this was going to be like bigger than me like at that moment. So yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. What is a feel good? Well, you might have already told us this one. What's a feel good song that instantly puts you in a great mood?
Um, it's Feeling Myself by Nicki Minaj and Beyonce.
Ah, okay.
Feeling Myself. Yeah, that song like always like kind of makes me be like, okay, yeah, I'm really her. So yeah.
I like that. I like that. I like variety,
Yes, like I
right?
have a huge like plethora of different genre of music that I listen to, so
Yes, and I know earlier you said that you like old school too. What's one of your like go-to old school jams?
anything with the Temptations. And I
Mm?
only say that because my grandfather used to play the like Temptations like little soundtrack, like the old school
Yeah.
music, like put it in. So yeah, I would say anything with the Temptations. It just
Okay,
reminds
can't
me
go
of like
wrong with the Temptation.
yeah, it just reminds me of like my grandfather and good times and stuff. So I would definitely listen to anything.
Okay. Then I'll ask you, well, actually, before I ask you this one, because we didn't talk about, you don't just have teas, right? I know you said you're having your churro business, but with your coffee car, you also have little, nice little treats. Tell us real quick about that.
So I make like croissants sometimes, or either I make like cinnamon sugar pretzel bites, just random stuff to just like sweeten it up a little bit, like make the
Yeah.
experience better. So yeah.
Okay, lovely. All right, last question. Can you share any affirmations, scriptures, quotes, anything that you say often to yourself that you would want to share with somebody else?
I would say Romans 8:28 is a really good scripture. It says all things like work together.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of like what I'm doing right now,
Mm-hmm.
making all things work together, and God is definitely helping me with that. Because if it wasn't for Him, I
Yeah.
promise you, I would not be able to multitask three different businesses and carts and stuff. So yeah.
That's beautiful. I love that scripture. Okay. Well, Alexandria, do you want to tell people where they can get in touch with you, where they can find you, all the things?
Yes, so you guys can follow me on Instagram at folake.co. It's spelled FOLAKE.co on Instagram. You can also find me on Facebook at Folake. There you will see all my videos and posts and everything that you need. I also have my booking website link, so yeah. Get
Okay.
with me.
Yes. Find her, and try
Yes.
all of her stuff. Well, Alexandra, you have been such a joy and a light. You're just glowing on this episode. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
I'll put all of your information in the show notes, but also when I post, I'll put everything so people can easily get in contact with you.
Yes. Great. Yes.
So that's a wrap, y'all, for this episode of Life, Language, and Lyrics. I hope you found something meaningful, inspiring, or just a little comfort in the day. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow on YouTube and Instagram. Your support helps spread the word and keeps these conversations going. Until next time, take care, stay inspired, and keep showing up for yourself. See y'all soon.